DNVR Broncos live, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. RK and Zach here. And Zach being back means that the ad reads are going super smooth today.
Heard there was what was maybe a little glitch yesterday.
You know, it's like one of those things you just become so dependent on a routine. We're creatures of habit around here.
It's very true.
So, you know, I just wasn't used to you not holding my hand all the way through the show.
Well, as Javante said, I believe it was yesterday, Melvin's there to hold his hand when he was a rookie. I'm right back. I'm here to hold your hand, right?
Love that. Love that for me. Okay, so
speaking of holding your hand, presenting sponsor.
I already gave this presenting
Did
sponsor.
You?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you guys can check the damn tape on that one. I absolutely said we are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, and I would bet my life on it. Speaking of holding in your hand, thank you. This is the first time I've ever worn it. Not first time anyone's ever worn it, though.
Oh, so it's a thrift?
It is.
It looks brand new.
I know. Whoever had it took great care of it.
Wow.
Also, I was talking about this somewhere. I don't remember if it was on air or not, but a lot of people talking about how, you know, people who wear vintage clothes like me, saving the world, like that's recycling.
Oh, yep. You are part of the green party now.
Yep, I'm anti-fast fashion.
Sustainability.
Yep.
You're pro sustainability.
I mean, these, you know, this is probably a 20-year-old shirt. Good as new.
Yeah, serious. And look at you.
I know.
You're going to make it last another 20.
Exactly. As you can see, I'm holding something in my hand here. Speaking of holding hands. And that is a Denver Broncos roster. And as you can see, very large. Very large
Massive.
roster. Got to get a lot smaller.
How many pounds do you think are on that roster?
Oh my God. Let's say an average of 225.
I think so.
Per player.
Yeah.
And on this one, I believe there's 90.
90.
So that's more math than I want to do.
No idea. Yeah. That's
I'm
like
gonna say 20,000.
Yeah,
pounds.
I think that's about right.
All right,
it's
there
probably
we go.
spot on.
Thank you. So yeah, it's gotta get a lot lighter.
Yes.
In the proverbial Broncos elevator, we're over the weight limit.
Yes, we are. We got to get to about 14,000 pounds. Yes. What if that's how they built rosters? Instead of 53 players, you had a certain weight limit.
Wasn't there a whole Office episode about that where they're doing the weight loss challenge?
Yeah.
So the whole team has to get on the scale together.
Right.
So that's what has to happen here. So
be tough for Mike Purcell, man.
Yeah, that would suck for him. So that means we got to get started.
Yep.
And we got to cut some weight.
Yep.
So let's start here. I guess we're going to end up just building a 53-man roster here.
Probably.
I don't have a pen, which could be very detrimental.
We know how dependent you are on pen and paper.
Yes, exactly.
That's actually one way where you have left the Green Party. You used to be all for that. You would give the Broncos more crap than anyone about printing so much paper. Now you're all about the paper.
Well, no, see, I'm not. I'm anti-paper, but if it's already printed,
you might as well use it.
Might as well use it, or else that's wasteful.
Right, okay, fair.
So credit to me.
You know what? Yeah, or just a spinful guy.
Yeah, well, however you want to call it.
Look at that.
Ooh, nice toss. Now we have a pen, so now we can really cut this thing down.
Oh, there we go.
Some names are getting crossed out.
Some names. Who do we start with?
Let's start at quarterback. And this is maybe the most interesting conversation.
It really is.
Speaking of spinning it, at least one guy who can spin it. He's going to be safe.
Yes, it will be cut. Yeah, and there's actually kind of a conversation now with this. Entering this week, I thought it was Josh Johnson all the way. They're giving Brett Rippon a chance. But, Ryan, I think that chance is still very slim. I think Brett Rippon's going to have to go out and do what he did against Buffalo, where we're talking 22 of 26, 191 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He's going to have to do that.
That's good enough for king of the game last year.
Seriously. He's going to have to do that while also Josh Johnson takes a step back. I still think it's just like the quarterback battle last year. Drew Lock would have to have really outplayed Teddy Bridgewater in order to get the job.
Much to the chagrin of many.
Exactly, and that's what's going to happen here. And so far, they're still neck and neck, even with Brett's good performance last week.
I'm a little worried. You and I have been dismissing this as a competition
We have
every second, and maybe that's because that's what's making me a little more worried. But
Fair.
like, he's getting the last chance here. Mm-hmm. You know, if this were The Bachelor, he's getting the very last hometown, right? The lasting impression.
Yep, he is. But it's also like I feel bad for you, hometown.
Oh,
the
wow.
mind's already made up going into that
He's
one.
the like really nice guy who maybe doesn't have it in the looks department.
That's exactly it. And you're like, well, I've brought him this far. Might as well give him one more
But
shot
his parents
here.
are really nice.
Yeah, exactly. But as you said, the looks just aren't there. And Ryan, I think this is not a true sympathy start, but it's we're really impressed, and thank you for your time, Brett, because you may be on another team in 1 week right now.
So to me, this comes down to, is there any upside to Brett's upside? He's 10 years younger than Josh Johnson.
Wild.
And
been on 13 fewer teams.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, it's like, are the Broncos at all interested in saying it's close enough right now that we're willing to roll with Brett? But you have to remember, this is Brett's last year of his contract.
Right.
So that kind of takes out the upside there, unless you're planning, like I was talking about this with Henry yesterday. I'm like, unless you're thinking he's to Russell Wilson what Gary Kubiak was to John Elway, and they're just going to caddy for each other the rest of their careers, which I kind of thought was what they brought Josh Johnson in the first place.
I agree.
Other than like the longevity thing, but they kind of was like, oh, he's going to be Russell's guy.
Yep.
If you're not thinking in that way, and you're just thinking that both of these guys are 1-year contracts, who's better to be our backup this year and we'll figure it out next year, then I think Brett's out. If there's any little part of them that says, well, maybe we do re-sign Brett next year to a 4-year, $5 million contract, and just have him be our backup, for the foreseeable future. That's the only way I think he wins this competition. In the end, I just think they'll say, well, Josh Johnson's been around forever. He started multiple games. We kind of know what's going to happen if he goes out there. So let's just go with the easier, more obvious answer. That being said, the fact that they're giving him the last start tells me there is some internal debate going on.
What % chance do you give Brett to make the team?
I mean, as of Monday, I would have said 15.
Okay. Ooh.
As of today, I'm saying 40.
40. Wow. Yeah, I'm at 20.
Okay.
So you're double confident as me, but I'm still saying that there is no veteran surprise cut here. I think Josh makes it. And Ryan, I don't want Brett to lose his job, but the Denver Broncos cannot keep 3 quarterbacks on this roster.
No, they can't. Brett, the best golfer on the team.
Oh, okay. At the quarterback position, that could actually mean something.
Yes, exactly. Quarterback and kicker, the only place where it matters.
Yeah.
Also, that would be a good match. I would watch Brett Rippon and Brandon McManus go 18 match play.
Was Brett the best quarterback golfer on the team last year?
He's He's apparently scratched. So
wow.
Yeah.
And Brandon's right around there too.
I think he is too. So
dang.
We should maybe set that up.
Yeah.
Hopefully Brett doesn't have too much free time on his hands. I think he's still. I always forget. Everyone's practice squad eligible now.
Yeah, and I do actually think you get a few exceptions now. So Brett, he could be your exception.
Okay, so unfortunately we are cutting Brett. He's the first one to get, and we're going.
Yeah, I was trying to do the manual cut sound.
It's too like, no, let's not do that. And it's like a little bit too morbid to do the Hunger Games sound. No, that's
we can do
like
53 for the ones that make it.
If only like waving.
Wait, do we have the Hunger Games one?
No, we're not playing the Hunger Games.
I think we should.
What about the sound that the Rockies?
They're leaving on a jet plane.
What is the point of having this sound?
I have no clue.
Wow.
It's a big one. Oh my goodness. Wow. It gets me excited, honestly. I love airplanes.
It's too soon because the plane can't take off at 20,000 pounds.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's really at the end.
We're only really down to 19,800 now. So.
Gavel hits court.
Yes. Okay, that's what I was going to say. That's it.
Oh,
That's it. The decision has been made.
Yeah, I like it. Sorry,
I was going to say, give me the sound from Law and Order. Dun, dun. That's kind of similar. You know?
I like it.
But I don't want to get copyrighted for that. So we'll stick with the gavel.
They're going to prison now?
Yes.
Brett? Okay.
No, we're the judges, and we've made our call.
He's done.
Okay. This one, actually, my roster is not correct in any way.
Geez.
There's too much movement at the running back position. But 3 running backs are making it. We know who they are.
Yes, we do. And that's the thing about this one. There's 3 and then the rest, so we didn't even need to talk about the rest. Just cut about 630 pounds right now. Because there's 3 guys.
Who are they?
2 guys.
After we say their names.
The decision's been made.
Yeah, it's Mike Boone, Javonte Williams, and Melvin Gordon. Those are the only 3 that'll be on the roster.
My question, I agree, the decision has come down. But the question that you think about behind closed doors, any chance they move on from Mike Boone as a surprise veteran cut?
Nope.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Nope.
Yep. So the decision was
This
in.
decision has been made. No appeals.
Yeah.
Don't play it twice for one position. It's already probably annoying enough on one side. Okay. Another fun one here. Wide receivers. So should we go through and just give the auto picks?
Yep.
All right. So KJ Hamler, auto.
Yep.
Jerry Jeudy, auto. Cortland Sutton, auto.
Wait. You said KJ Hamler auto, as in question. Should there be any question?
No.
Okay.
No,
there was a question there too.
No, I just, it's hard to give an auto lock to someone who's done nothing in the NFL.
It's very fair. So then the only conversation I think with KJ, because you're not going to cut him obviously, is if there was a trade, and I just don't think that any team is going to trade for KJ. Maybe in a year a team's calling and trading for KJ, but right now no team's trading for KJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Those are the only autos, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, in Montreal.
Montreal, yep.
Okay, so you've got 4 autos.
Yep.
In Sharpie.
Yep. Without a doubt.
Now's where it gets interesting.
Are you keeping 5, 6,
Some people
7?
are advocating for 7.
No.
I think that is, for lack of a better term, asinine.
I do too, and here's the thing. All of these guys, and Nathaniel Hackett, I think, put it really well earlier this week. He said, all of these guys, just as you think one of them's separating from the rest, then someone else jumps ahead, and then someone else jumps ahead. And it's not because any of these guys are actually taking steps back. All of them just keep doing well. But Ryan, these guys aren't game changers, and they're not going to be game changers for you this year. So why would you keep 3, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, C- level players? They deserve to be in the NFL on a team, but why would you keep 3 of those when in other positions you could have a B- or a C+ there? So it's just about choosing who you think has the higher ceiling, the lower floor, and that's the toughest part here. Is all of these guys are so similar.
They are. And to be honest, I see high level talent out of 1, maybe 2 guys.
Can I guess who the high-level talent is?
Yes.
Jalen Virgil.
No.
Oh, Brendan Johnson.
Yes. I guess Jalen Virgil has flashed it too, so it's not fair. He doesn't have. I mean, I don't know. As I look through this, you've got Brandon Johnson listed at 6'2", 195. You've got Jalen Virgil listed at 6'1", 210. I don't think that's right on Jalen Virgil. I think he's being handed a free inch there.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Brandon Johnson actually looks the part of an NFL wide receiver from a size perspective. That's giving him a little bit of a boost in my head. And maybe you're saying, well, what about Seth Williams? What about Seth Williams? It's like
he's had a shot.
He has not done anything to separate himself from this pack.
No,
and he's had the longest opportunity other than the next guy I want to talk about, which is Tyree Cleveland. Now, it would be really easy for me to say, see you later, drop the gavel. But Dwayne Stukes said they want him to be a core 4-way special teams player.
Yep.
That's throwing me off a lot.
That's fair. But then he did say after that how he factors in as a wide receiver is going to play into that a little bit. And what I can't get past is the guy above Dwayne Stukes. When Tyree Cleveland got hurt, He kicked him when he was down and talked about how he was essentially responsible for his injury by not knowing what was going on the offensive side. And so it's clear the Broncos would like to keep Tyree Cleveland around as a special teams guy. But then you add just one more factor, Ryan. Tyree's still not healthy. and when will he actually be able to be on the field? And also, because he hasn't played in preseason, he's a guy that you could probably get through waivers a little more easily because he has no film out there.
Tyree Cleveland did have a helmet on today?
I
think that's the thing. And then apparently they're hoping he's cleared by next week. But that's after Judgment Day.
Right, exactly.
All right, I'm willing to write him out. Kendall Hinton, is he Sharpie?
Not Sharpie.
Okay, but he's in.
I think he's in.
Okay, so now we're at 5.
We're at 5. I think
Uno más.
I think we can do it. Yep, one more. And Ryan, I think you've already I'm leaning the way you're leaning.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, we are going 6 wide receivers.
Yep.
And that means see you Tyree Cleveland. See you Seth Williams. See you on the practice squad, that is.
Yeah.
See you Jalen Virgil. See you on the practice squad as well. And there's one more I have to get rid of here. Oh, no, that's just Tim Patrick. Okay. There you go. Drop the hammer.
The judgment has been delivered.
6 wide receivers.
Super quick, Ryan. A question that I debated with some media yesterday. Is it going to be easy to get these wide receivers through to the practice squad?
Absolutely, positively, 100%.
It's exactly what I said, too. And they were like, no, these guys are such... The thing is, yes, they've flashed. They're good. I think the Detroit Lions kind of learned a hard lesson last year. The Trinity Bensons of the world... Nearly every team has those this time of year. And it's not that Trinity is bad, but he's kind of a borderline make-the-team guy. They brought him in to be like their 3rd, 4th wide receiver to actually have an impact. Jalen Virgil, Brandon Johnson, if the Broncos are relying on them to be their 3rd wide receiver, it's going to be a very tall task for them this year. And so many teams around the league have so many guys that they like at wide receiver position.
I would be willing to say, now there's no way to back this up or debate it either, but I'd be willing to say wide receiver is the deepest position in all of sports.
Whoa, all of sports, okay.
All of sports. Everyone has wide receivers they like, down to like, take a little shot at my Buffs here wearing the black and gold.
Geez.
Even they like their wide receiver depth.
Oh, hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every college likes their wide receivers. Yeah. Every team likes their wide receivers. They like their main guys. They like their backups. They like their practice squad guys. There are wide receivers. There's probably an NFL caliber wide receiver walking down Colfax right now. They're everywhere.
You sure down Colfax?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is going to make it really easy for anyone to get their guys to the practice squad. The only way I would say that someone doesn't is if for whatever reason a team played against another team in the preseason and they said their guys are way better than our guys, whoever they cut, we want, any of these 2 or 3 guys that, and like maybe the Cowboys are a team that's like.
That would be the only one.
They cut Jalen Virgil, we're taking him.
Yep, especially since they don't have any wide receivers after CeeDee Lamb.
Also, I feel like a lot of people named Virgil in Texas.
It's very true. Virgil Green would have been a nice fit.
Yes. Okay, so there you go. All those guys will be on the practice squad, in my opinion. All the ones that they want there. Tyree Cleveland's the only one that scares me. Is like Dwayne Stukes pounds the table, please, and they throw him a bone.
It could happen.
If he's saying like Brandon Johnson cannot contribute in the same way that Tyree Cleveland then Tyree Cleveland's got a good chance.
We'll clearly know why Tyree Cleveland made it if he makes it.
All right. Tight ends. Is there only one tight end who's going in Sharpie?
Going in Sharpie. Wow. I thought you were going to say the opposite. Getting cut. Is it Greg Dulcich?
Yes.
He's definitely Sharpie.
He's definitely Sharpie, and I think Albert O is also definitely Sharpie, except for the potential of a trade.
I agree. I completely agree. I think they would absolutely trade him if they got an offer.
Yes, and would there have to be a tight end coming back in the package? That doesn't happen in the NFL.
No, I don't think so.
So they're okay with rolling with Greg Dulcich, the Erics, and Andrew Beck.
Man, that doesn't feel good.
It feels terrible.
It doesn't. And I like the addition of Alberto. I just don't know how much the coaches like that addition. And we've talked about that since the beginning of the season, or the off season.
And it's all a scheme thing. You're telegraphing You can't telegraph in this scheme. The main point of it is keeping people off guard. And so you either have to be willing to let Alberto ruin 2 to 3 runs a game, or not put him on the field when you're running, and then everyone knows.
Coaches hate that first option.
Oh,
Coaches say both.
Yes. I mean, I think it's overplayed sometimes when a team loses and you're like, oh, they're just 1 or 2 plays away. But coaches definitely believe that. They're like, wow, if it wasn't for that 1st and 10 run that was open, if it wasn't for Alberto blowing his assignment, then we had 2nd and 14. It actually should have been 2nd and 3. And then we punted, and then they went down and scored, and that's when the whole thing changed. So I worry. I don't think they get the trade offer they're looking for. I think he makes the team, and I think they keep praying that he has a come to Jesus moment when it comes to blocking.
Do both of your Erics make it?
Yes. No.
Ooh.
This is hard. Okay. I'm going to put Andrew Beck in the specialist role, so he doesn't count as a tight end.
Oh, special teams?
No, just he's being he's playing on special teams.
Okay.
He's probably in like the personal protection unit on punts.
Okay.
He's the fullback. He's definitely on the team. I'm sticking to that ever since Nathaniel Hackett said we have a fullback.
Okay.
So he's on the team. Dulcich is on the team. Alberto's on the team. There's only room for one more still, I think. Which means one Eric's got to go.
What are you doing? I will say Eric Tomlinson, who I thought was a lock, he did not look good as a blocker against Buffalo. I think he blew 1 or 2.
No one looked good as an anything.
It's very true.
Buffalo,
it's very
except
true.
Except for Brandon McManus as a field goal kicker.
It's very true.
If one of those guys has to go, I'm going to go back to what I just said about telegraphing. And exactly what we say about Alberto is true of Eric Tomlinson, unfortunately. This is my guy. Let me be very clear. I do not want to be cutting him right now. I don't want to do it. But Eric Saubert is the best all-around tight end on the team. It's not a good sign for your team, in my opinion.
He is.
But he is that guy. And so he makes the team in this case. I'm not willing to actually I'm going to hold a spot aside for Eric Tomlinson.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure he's on a couple special teams units. From what I've seen. So that might buy him some time. We'll come back to it to see if there's an extra spot at the end. And so I'm going to set him aside. But for now, we're going 4 tight ends, including Andrew Beck.
Yep. And right now, Ryan, we're at 16.
Eric Tomlinson has
with the offensive line here.
I'm not going to cross him out yet.
Yep. He gets another conversation.
Do Dylan Parham or Rodney Williams make the practice squad?
Nope, Rodney Williams is already out.
Oh, right.
I got to tell you, too. You know how they decided to make their first round of cuts after practice?
Yesterday?
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Rodney Williams balled out in that practice.
And then
they cut him right after. So it's like, how much did that practice actually matter?
Right. Okay. All right, we are at 16 15.
Believe 16.
2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 4 tight ends. Yeah, drop it.
You're right. 15?
Yep.
There
15 on offense. So that leaves us ish 5.
No, we're at 16. Do it again. Count it again. So 2?
Yes.
3 running backs.
7. 6 wide receivers.
6. We went 6.
We went 6.
You're right. We went 6. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. There you go.
So 15.
So we're at 15. I think we might end up having room for Eric Tomlinson.
I think we do.
That's great news. Okay, let's go. Locks on the line. Calvin Anderson, Garrett Bowles,
bing.
Lloyd Cushenberry.
Yep.
Quinn Miners.
Yep.
Dalton Reisner.
Yep.
Billy Turner.
Yep.
Okay, so let me just count those.
Those are the locks where you don't even have to ask
2,
questions.
3, 4, 5, 6 locks. Let's just cut some dead weight here.
Yeah.
Quinn Bailey.
Oh, man, we're going to be opening up the elevator a lot right here.
Yeah, Ben Braden.
That's another 300.
What do we do with Tom Compton?
He's on the PUP to start the season.
Okay,
so that means he's going to miss the first 4 games of the season, but he does not count as a roster spot.
Great news. So we don't have to worry about him.
Yep.
Sebastian Gutierrez.
See ya.
Zach Johnson.
Man, you are opening up a lot of room.
Yeah, we are. Michael Neese.
Bye.
Casey Tucker is waived injured.
Yep. Look at you.
It's my guy. I met him once. And then, okay, so now we've got a couple people to talk about. Cam Fleming.
No.
Okay.
No.
Graham Glasgow.
Trade?
No, he's in.
He's in.
Yep, in my opinion.
Okay.
Ntani Muti. In.
He is in.
Okay, and then the last one, Luke Wattenberg.
He's in.
Okay.
Luke Wattenberg's in.
Okay, so that, let me just make sure I got everyone
Is
here.
that it? I think the offensive line is pretty clear.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 offensive linemen.
Yep. If we want, we can open up a spot because you have Tom Compton going to be available sometime in October.
I think you could get away with that for 4 weeks.
That's why maybe Graham, trade him.
No, I think Wattenberg goes to the practice squad.
5th round pick, I believe.
Yeah. But, I mean, we have so much room here.
You could put Ntani Muti on. Well, no, if you put him on IR, he's done for the year.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some roster gymnastics that happen. So the end of the roster is always a mess.
Yep.
Let's stick with these 9.
Let's stick with 9 and see if we can open something up. So on the offensive side, we're at 24. It's a pretty good number. I believe last year the Broncos had 23 on offense and 27 on defense. But if you're at 24, that's pretty good.
All right, drop it, Allie. All right, let's take care of specialists right now.
This one actually has some juice to it.
Does it?
This one has some juice. Well, easy. First 2.
Yep. Jacob Bobenmoyer and Brandon McManus.
They're in.
And then, classic case of one gotta go. Sam Martin or Corliss Waitman. Zach, you've had the inside scoop on the punter competition all camp. I'm gonna let you make the decision.
Sam Martin, in my opinion, has been in the lead for most of this year, but Corliss has been hanging around. And Ryan, why is he still on the roster after 2 cuts have happened at the punter position if he's not going to be that guy? I think he still has that opportunity. I would give him the 51% lead right now. So I think it's Corliss. I think he's making it.
I do too. And the big thing for me, honestly, the biggest thing in Sam Martin's favor is that he's Brandon McManus' best friend.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I agree. I think it matters a little bit.
Yep.
I just don't think Dwayne Stukes cares about that.
No, I don't think so.
So I've been on the Corliss train all along. If you're willing to join me,
I am.
We will drop the gavel on Sam Martin.
There we go. Broncos free up a little bit of space, and there we go. And let's drop the gavel on this segment and tell you about Avaca TV, where they're the GOAT in Colorado sports. The greatest of all TV. GOAT right there. GOATva. And over at Avaca, they really are the GOAT in terms of bringing you Denver sports, Colorado sports, because it's a pain. And for some, it's impossible to watch the Avs and the Nuggets. All you have to do is get Avaca TV, and you'll be able to not just watch those 2 teams, but you'll be able to watch the Rockies as well. You'll also be able to watch us over at DNVR on Avaca TV. And it's only $25 a month. You can't beat it. Most cable packages now are $200 if you just want to watch Colorado sports. And they also have other programming. $25 a month. You can't beat it. So go to Avaca.tv/Colorado10. That's Avaca.tv/Colorado10 to get $10 off your first 3 months. That brings it down to $15 a month. That is a no-brainer.
I mean, it's insane. It's like an insanely good deal.
Yeah.
More people need to be doing this. Also, remind you guys to come by the tailgate this weekend. It's going to be so fun. And I want to level with you guys for a second because I am the ultimate procrastinator. Everyone knows that about me. And so I totally understand the whole idea of like, oh, I'll just get my tailgate tickets on Saturday as I'm heading over to the tailgate. You know, you can just hop on your phone and get them. It helps us out a lot if we know you're coming. So go on to Eventbrite, search DNVR. You will get to our page with all of our tailgates. Buy your tailgate tickets, or you can find it on any of our social pages. We've tweeted out the links a couple different times. So that helps us out. Then we can tell our friends over at Mile High City Sliders, hey, we're expecting this many people. Make sure you bring not much food. Obviously, we're not going to, run out, but we'd like to have a better estimate of how many people are going to come. So just love you guys for that. And I understand I would do the same thing if I were you, but trying to level with me here. So there you go. Get in on the tailgate. Great beers, food, all that stuff.
I wasn't at the first tailgate, but I will be there this time, and I cannot wait to try those sliders because I've literally heard everyone talk about them.
They're really
everyone
good.
said the jalapeno sliders were the absolute best, the one that everyone talked about.
Yeah, there's a jalapeno popper slider with cream cheese, jalapenos on there, like fresh jalapenos are so good. That one was fantastic. And then I really loved it's called the drunken meatball, which is like chicken sausage, marinara sauce, feta cheese.
Oh my gosh. It's 3:30 right now. I'm dying. This sounds
ready for
freaking
dinner?
good. And something else that's really good is our friends over at Owen make delicious protein
It'd be perfect
drinks.
to hold you over right now.
It really would be perfect. I should throw it in the car, but the only issue is Broncos, it's like 85 degrees out, and maybe that's the one time Owen wouldn't taste good.
Yes.
Is when it's hot. But Owen, if I tell you a plant-based protein drink free of artificial ingredients, allergen-friendly, and no gluten or dairy, a lot of people may say, that's not going to taste good. But Owen,
I would have said that too before I tried it.
They've made it taste good. Yep. And it packs the protein in. You're getting protein, so it's great. Right after a gym workout, you have it in your bag where the gym isn't 85 degrees in there. It's going to stay cool enough for you, and it's going to be delicious. Great grab and go. I have one every day on my way to Broncos practice because then it kind of holds me over until right around the time we do this show. And if you want 20% off this 20 grams of protein shake, go to liveowen.com and use code DNVR20 to get 20% off your first purchase. They're really good protein drinks.
Oh, it's great. Zach, an important life update that I just need to share with some people.
Oh, wow, please.
Do you know how like really good poker players can like roll the poker chips over their knuckles?
Yep.
So our friend Big Drive Spence, he gave me a Buffs poker chip.
Okay. Is that it? No.
It was as a like a ball marker in golf.
Okay.
But I just set it down on the couch. And then I just started messing around with it. I was like, I want to learn how to do this. Bro, I'm like an expert. Like if you saw me, you'd be like, wow, that guy's definitely on the World Series of Poker.
Wow. So that means next time you're in Vegas, you're going to be able to act like a big timer.
I literally want to go to Vegas just to do that at the table.
And then everyone else is going to trust what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's going to make you money.
I told Allie today it's like expert level fidget spinner.
Wow.
Like, you don't have to have any skills to do that, but now I'm just doing this for like hours on end, sitting on the couch, doing whatever at night.
That is a massive skill that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. But it's got to be good for your brain wires.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, really connecting the brain and the hand.
It'll be really good for the brain wires if you can end up doing it on both hands at the same time.
That would be crazy. I'm getting there a little bit with the left hand because when my right hand gets sore from too many rolls, I flip it over to the left side, getting better.
Impressive. Look, Big Drive Spence saving your life.
I mean, life-changing.
Wow.
So, just credit to me for figuring out how to do that.
Great job, Brian.
All right, let's jump into the defensive line here. Locks. You've got... Well, this is an interesting one. It's just at the top of the list. McTelvin Ajim, is he a lock?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so either. No. Matt Henningsen.
A lock?
He's going in this lock category for me.
I think so. Yeah.
He's a second-round pick, I believe, in the rookie contributor draft yesterday.
Yeah, and I don't think he was overdrafted.
Yeah, by the way, I need to check on that poll. I smoked Hank in that draft.
Yeah, Hank was, when there were 3 votes in, he was surprised that he had 1 vote at the time, and I think the vote was his own, and he was even surprised that he voted for himself.
I'm glad that that he was in the know about how badly he was going to lose.
Yes, he did.
Honestly, not enough of a blowout here. Oh, it's final results.
Is it 59-41?
I only said it for 3 hours because I wanted to be able to give final results.
There we
on
go.
The pod.
There we go.
69-31.
So, that's
nice win for me.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, Matt Henningsen is in. DJ Jones is in. Draymond Jones is in.
Lock.
Deshaun Williams, a lock?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay. So that leaves us some question marks here. Let's cut.
Was that 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Henningsen, the Joneses,
the Jones crew,
and Deshaun Williams.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get rid of some dead weight here. Jonathan Kongbo, my least favorite play of the whole preseason. See you later.
Wait, what did he do to you?
Jumped off sides right after Nick Bonito jumped off sides.
Yeah.
That was... I do not care about the preseason. That was enough to send me off up a wall.
Wow.
That was yell at the TV worthy stuff.
Wow, in preseason.
Yep, that was unacceptable.
I bet that's how the coaches felt too.
I mean, how?
Yeah, you got to be ultra aware then.
On 3rd and 15, by the way. It was already 3rd and 20, 3rd and 15, and then they get the first down, they score a touchdown. He essentially gave the Bills 3 points.
Yep.
Sorry, 4 points at least.
Yep.
Okay, Marquise Spencer.
Out.
Already out, right?
Already out,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, is Innie a lock
Yes.
for the active roster?
Yes,
okay, we're up to
absolutely.
5 there. Deshaun Williams is in. So there's only 2 questions here. Well, Jonathan Harris?
I think he's out.
I think so, too. 2 questions here. McTelvin Ajim and Mike Purcell. I think Mike Purcell, he might be more of a lock than... No, he's not, but I think he's a lock.
Here's where I'll make you question this really quick, is he didn't play in this past game. And you brought up a good point of that means he's a lock, right? Or could it mean we know what Mike Purcell is? We know exactly his game. He doesn't have anything to prove, and we don't want him to get hurt because he has been hurt multiple times over these past few years. And what we don't want to happen is him to get hurt in a preseason game that doesn't matter, and then he's locked into the team where we're paying him this year.
Wow, that's interesting. I forgot about the paying thing with him being under contract.
Yeah.
Like a legit contract. Not just like a quick injury settlement type of thing.
Right.
It's an interesting point.
So we're between him and Ajim?
For the 6th spot.
Yeah. Despite what I just said, I think Purcell gets it.
I think so too. Okay, so then Ajim to the practice squad, likely.
Yep. Now, how big of a surprise would it be if they cut Mike?
It would surprise me just based on their lack of a third defensive end. A second defensive end. Whereas I think on run downs, especially against run teams, they might actually line up DJ Jones in that end position and line up Purcell in the middle.
Okay. DJ Jones and Purcell. Yes, I agree.
Jones, Purcell, Jones.
Yep. Little Purcell sandwich.
Yes, exactly. That to me was why I'm putting him there. I actually think that's a smart thing to do.
And I like that lineup, especially goal line.
Yeah.
Or when you want some big bodies in there.
Yeah, I mean, goal line, you could get all sorts of bodies down there. Put Deshaun Williams on there too. But even just 1st and 10, the other team comes out in 22. Mm-hmm. You're just like, okay, we're keeping both Mike Purcell and DJ Jones because they're our 2 best run stoppers, and we want them out there.
Okay, don't go off the sheet. Go off what you think their true weight is. The Purcell sandwich, over under 999.9 pounds.
Under? Yeah.
Pretty easy?
Yeah.
Okay. You think they're weighing? Yeah. Mike would have to be a pretty big boy to
Mike
make
Purcell is
weight.
weighing in as the heaviest player on the team at 328.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Don't go off that.
Oh, you're saying in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying don't look at the sheet.
Oh, no. I'm still taking the under, I think. I don't think Draymond's. He's not a beefy guy.
Draymond might be under what they list him at.
I wouldn't be surprised. What's he at?
281.
281. Wow.
Yeah,
okay, maybe that's
honest.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then DJ Jones is 305.
That's not honest.
You think he's up?
Yeah.
He's pretty short.
He is short. He's not much taller.
He's listed
than me.
at 6 feet.
That's not true.
No shot.
No. But you can't have your defensive tackle be 5'10".
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks bad. Doesn't look bad on the field when you see him playing.
No.
But it does. You're like, oh, this is our big run stuffer. He's 5'10".
Yeah. He's 7 inches shorter than the offensive lineman.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we go with 6 here, right? Henningsen, Jones, Purcell, Uwazurike, and Deshaun Williams.
Yep. Look at you, Uwazurike.
Boom.
Ready?
Yep.
That's 6?
Judgment. There we go. Yep, 6.
Okay. Linebackers, outside. I hate how they put these together, but let's go outside first, and then we'll go inside.
Lots of locks here.
Okay. Lock, Nick Benito.
Yep.
Lock, Baron Browning.
Yep.
Lock, Bradley Chubb.
Yep.
Lock, Randy Gregory.
Bingo. Malik Reed, lock.
Barring trade, yes.
Okay, completely agree. And then I think Jonathan Cooper hinges on a Malik Reed trade.
I think Jonathan Cooper is firmly on the outside.
I'm okay with that.
And I think he's a practice squad guy.
Definitely.
But I'm gonna just cut him right here, without even really thinking twice about it.
If you don't think about last year,
Yep.
you don't even know who Jonathan Cooper is on this team.
100% true. He has last year. I want to say he led the NFL in preseason snacks.
He was
sacks
great.
last
Yeah.
year. He might be leading in snacks this year.
Yeah.
That's not to say he's like gained weight or anything. I just mean he's not doing much. He's spending a lot of time on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting looks at all sorts of other guys. He's not making it in there.
No.
It doesn't feel like Evero has any attachment to him. The only person I think in the whole organization who would be fighting for him would be George Paton. That's a good person to have fighting for you.
Yeah.
But George Paton strikes me as the kind of guy who, if they're like, dude, Browning, Benito, all these guys, Chubb, Gregory, like Malik Reed, they're all better than him, he would be like, okay.
And you know why another reason why Peyton's not going to fight for him is Peyton has already moved on from 2 of his draft picks from last year.
Yep. Now, again, I think they like to keep him around. But when I tell you invisible, that's only exaggerating a little bit.
It's true. It's very true.
So it's a bummer. I know a lot of people talk about him all the time and are wondering, hey, how's he doing? Is he hurt? What's going on? I think he has been banged up a little bit on and off. That doesn't help him because he's in the most stacked room on the team. I would say even more stacked than wide receiver.
I agree.
On this team.
I completely agree. And also the Broncos are kind of overextending themselves at outside linebacker, going with 5 here. You can't go 6 just to keep a guy around for what he did his rookie season.
Okay, so that's it. That's the conversation. Drop the gavel.
Yep.
Inside, I think the headline of the show is there going to be a surprise veteran cut? It happened already.
Yep.
It was Joe Schobert.
Yeah.
That was the surprise veteran cut. Now, it kind of like what you said. If you knew nothing about him, you only watched the tape from Saturday, you'd be like, yeah, that guy's got to be cut. But Henry made a good point that was like, man, that dude had 4 practices.
Yeah.
And, was just like wading in the waters of Sedalia, Colorado for the rest of the summer. Like, he barely got any time to shake the rust off.
Honestly, pretty messed up. I don't know what they expected him to be doing, but clearly they did not like what they saw.
They didn't like what they saw, and to me, that was the most surprising. That's going to be the most surprising cut of the whole thing. Except unless maybe Jonathan Cooper. I guess that would count, too, as a surprise cut, just because that's a guy who has a name. And that's a good news for some of these inside linebackers who had to be
It's really good.
having their teeth chatter when they heard Joe Schobert's name was coming down. Like, that's a legitimate, proven NFL linebacker. So, locks, Jonas Griffith and Josie Jewell.
Yep, Jonas Griffith, as of right now, the Broncos are saying he's aiming for week 1.
Like I said it once, said it a million times. I'm hyped for elbow brace Jonas.
Oh man, it looks good too.
He's gonna look scary.
And he's got like the white sleeve under it with the brace on top.
Making it pop.
It looks good.
All right. Alex Singleton, lock.
Yep.
Okay. And then Justin Strnad.
Not a lock,
but he's in.
Yes.
Yep, I agree with that. So there is your 4 inside linebackers. Drop the gavel. Sorry to Barrington Wade.
We'll see Barrington Wade on the practice squad.
Okay. And the last group here, defensive backs.
This is going to be a tough one.
This is going to be a tough one. There's a lot of fringe guys here.
There's a lot of fringe guys. Should we go corner and safety?
Let's go corners first.
Obviously, there's some locks here.
Yep, so Kawan Williams is a lock. Pat Surtain is a lock. Going up the top, and Ronald Darby is a lock.
Yes, so 3 locks.
3 locks
Those are your 3 starters. And then one more lock, Damari Mathis.
Oh, why didn't I see him? I don't know where he is on this list. There he is. Okay. Yep, exactly. Cool.
Now, a lot of fringe guys.
Okay, Austin Bless.
No.
God bless. Good luck on the practice squad. Isang Bassi.
Maybe.
Okay, that's not where I was going. Fayon Hicks.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's how I feel there. Not even going to mention some of these other guys.
Donnie Lewis Jr. is an all-time name.
God,
unfortunately not an all-time cornerback.
No, not yet at least. You never know. Jaquan McMillan was someone I was excited about.
But no.
Nope.
I think that's it.
Michael Ojemudia.
To
me, he's just.
You do?
I guess again, talk about surprise veteran cuts. That's an option.
Yep.
I'll be honest. He's had the worst bad plays out of anyone on this list. I think Isang Bassi had a pretty bad one in the first preseason game, I want to say. But what's weird about Michael O is when he has good plays, he looks like a good NFL corner.
Yep.
When he has bad plays, he looks like he has no business on the field.
It's very true. The highs are look good and the lows are really low.
And it is so confusing.
Yeah.
Because like the same wouldn't be said for, I don't know, Fayon Hicks.
Right.
Like you're not seeing Fayon Hicks get smoked.
Right.
Maybe he doesn't make the play in coverage. Maybe he's a step behind, whatever. He makes a tackle. Like, I'm just using him as an example of like his highs and lows are right in here.
Yep.
Whereas, boom, boom. And if I'm the coach, I'll be honest, that freaks me the hell out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can stand with that. But at the same time, your options here are very limited. Because of that, I think Michael Ojemudia makes the team. You're kind of counting on, okay, give him a little more time with our coaching staff. Hopefully, he pulls it together. He's on the team for me, but not by much.
He's on the team unless it's a trade. And now they're not getting a 3rd round pick back for him. They're getting a 6th or a 7th pick round back for him. And so that's what you're looking at. So now these other 2 guys that we have, is there a spot for one more? Fayon Hicks or Isang Bassi? Because they're at 5 now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Michael O. Yeah. Unless you're going to keep 5 safeties.
Let's talk about safety. Then come back to that spot.
Let's do it. Oh, geez. This pen is like... Well, no, it's like a really wet pen.
Is it leaking?
So now I'm just like running. Like I keep getting pen on my hands.
I thought it was bleeding down and crossing players' names out.
No, I mean like this was supposed to be a dot. Now it's like a smear.
Yep.
Okay, so locks: Kareem Jackson, Justin Simmons, Caden Stearns,
Lock.
PJ Locke.
Lock. He's Lock.
So then your question comes down to, would you rather keep Isang Bassi / Fayon Hicks or Dalaran Turner, Yell, J.R. Reed, or J.R. Reed?
I think you can choose... so wait, we're at 4 safeties right now?
Yes. 4 safeties, 5 corners. Usually you keep 10 out of this group. You have room here. We are at 11, 15 on defense. So that would get you to 25. Oh, my God. The smears on this side.
Oh, no.
That would get you to 25 on 25 on defense, 24 on offense.
With what?
And 3 on with 10 defensive backs. So that's adding one more out of this group.
Right. Or you can add 2.
You have room for 11, or you have room for Eric Tomlinson, or you have room for like a Jonathan Harris.
So let's view this
Jonathan Cooper.
all in a big picture now. So now we got 2 spots left, right? We've got Eric Tomlinson.
Yep.
We've got J.R. Reed. We've
Yep.
got Dalaran Turner Yell.
Yep.
And we've got Asang Bassi and who was the other corner?
Faion Hicks.
And Faion Hicks. So 5 for 2 spots. Who's the most valuable? Faion Hicks right now, I think he's making it to the practice squad easy.
Okay, so you're just saying like, just send him to the practice squad.
I think so.
I think
Asang Bassi's your backup slot.
this is not conventional, but because you have such limited skill sets from specific players in this group, I think you have to get more specialized at your tight end position, and so you keep Eric Tomlinson.
Okay.
Because you're just saying like, look, we have our Swiss Army knife who's like an H-back in Andrew Beck. He's the only guy who we trust to play that role.
Yeah.
We have our wide receiver specialist who's Albert O. He's the only guy we trust to play that role. On down. Eric Salbert's our best well-rounded, but he's not an every down player. Eric Tomlinson is by far the best run blocker.
Okay. I like it.
Let's go. He's in.
He's in. Big guy's in, but he's not in on the first play. I can tell you that.
Oh, he might be.
One more spot.
One more spot.
Dalaran Turner Yell was probably your best defensive player, your best tackler against the Bills. I think he led the team in tackles, and he was making tackles. He was coming up and actually making good tackles. How much do you put on that? Do you want 5 safeties? He was a 5th-round pick. 5th-round picks aren't locks to make the team, but they'll get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
We doing it?
Yep, especially so Dalaran Turner Yell is in,
He's in, baby.
which means before you drop that, let's just get everyone here. J.R. Reed is out.
Oh, so sad.
Some of those guys are already out, and Faion Hicks is out.
Yep.
And Asang Bassi is out.
Yep.
That leaves us with 5 corners,
Let's see your math, baby.
5 safeties. Drop the gavel.
And look at us, a perfect 25 on offense, 25 on defense.
And 3 on special teams. And this is exactly what we did the first time we did this exercise. Was with the perfect balance 25,
Yeah.
25, and 3. It doesn't normally work out that way.
It does not.
So that'll be interesting to see. Where do you think we could be the most wrong? Like, we're obviously going to get a player here or there. What, like, position group do you think we could be totally off on?
Corner depth. I could
Yep.
see OJ being out. I could see Bassi being in and Faion Hicks being in.
Okay. Which one are we guaranteed to be right on?
Running back.
All right. There you go. That was fun. I think it's an interesting roster, and the hardest part about predicting these rosters is you just don't know what coach is pulling for what guy.
Right.
And I get the feeling that Nathaniel Hackett is the kind of guy who wants to throw his coaches a little bit of a bone, especially in year one, just being like, all
Gain
right,
trust. Yeah.
let's see if you're right on this thing. Dwayne Stukes, I'll give you Corliss Waitman.
Yeah.
You want him? Maybe I'll give you Tyree Cleveland too.
Yeah.
But if those guys blow it, then I'm not going to do this next year.
Right. It's on you, buddy.
Yep, exactly.
You know what's great is we're going to be wrong on this. Sometimes you're going to be wrong placing a bet, but DraftKings is making it, Ryan, where you cannot be wrong and getting $200 in free bets by betting on any college football game. There's a couple this coming weekend. Place a bet, $5 bet, win or lose, and you get $200 in your account in free bets just like that. They're going to give it to you in 8 $25 free bets, which makes it so you can bet on 8 different things with those $25, which makes it so much fun heading into football season, which really gets going the following weekend. You're going to have $200 in free bets in your account to get going. So check them out over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the apps, head to the App Store now. Their app is great. That's also something that I don't talk about enough. It's so smooth, easy. It looks just nice. It looks so nice. And everything makes sense on their app, which you can't say about a lot of other places. So head to the App Store now, download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now, and use promo code DNVR when you sign up to get this offer. Again, bet $5 and get get $200 in free bets, win or lose when you place that $5 bet on college football. That's code DNVR over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Also, a shout out to our friends over at Athletic Greens. If you want to get that AG glow, you want your skin to glow, you want your fingernails to shine, as Eric Weedham would say, you want to feel healthier in the morning, you can get your day kicked off with Athletic Greens. So many different benefits of using Athletic Greens. And there's also a benefit of using our link when you go to athleticgreens.com/Broncos. You'll get hooked up with a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your purchase. You basically take a scoop of your Athletic Greens, put it in 8 ounces of water. I like to put in 1 singular ice cube, no more, no less. Then in the process of shaking it up, the ice cube melts, so you don't have to worry about it as you're chugging your Athletic Greens. But now they're a perfect chilled temperature. It makes it taste a little better. I like the taste personally. In the best way possible, it tastes healthy. Like you're like, wow, I'm getting stronger and smarter and better at everything as I'm drinking this. And that's in a good way. Not in like a, oh gosh, this must be healthy.
Would you say you're a connoisseur or would you say you're a snob?
When it comes to what?
When it comes to the 1 ice cube.
Oh,
you know your stuff, or you're better than everyone because you know it.
No, I'm a connoisseur. But I'm also like, if you put 2 ice cubes in my Athletic Greens, we've got problems.
Yeah, you're a snob.
I like the 2 ice cubes.
You like to have some leftover ice cube. Yeah, I want that ice cube gone during my vigorous
it makes
shaking
the taste
process.
like smoother.
Well, yeah, but if it just melts in there, that's the perfect situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Especially if you're chugging it. I can see it.
Different ice cubes for different people. It's just like the old sleep number.
Yeah.
So anyways, go over to athleticgreens.com/Broncos to get in on that deal. Take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
There we go. And should we pick up the ultimate comments over on our Super Chats?
Yes.
All right. We've got 2 Super Chats and then 3 just good comments.
Love it.
So we can start with the Super Chats from Danny here. Hey, from Montana, guys. Just was curious, how good do you think PS2 and the Denver D will actually be this year? Thanks.
Really good.
I don't think there's any overhyping Pat Surtain.
Nope.
And the Broncos defense, not as good as Pat, but they have the potential to certainly be top 5. Ryan, I think what it's all going to come down to is 2 things. 1, health. There are, unfortunately, so many guys you can go through on this roster, probably like a lot of teams, but especially this team at key positions of key players. Bradley Chubb, Randy Gregory, Ronald Darby. Those are huge players. If they're not playing for a majority of the season, I'll touch wood, you're going to be in trouble. If they do play, you're going to have so much talent on that defense.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it from a purely philosophical standpoint on defense. You're putting Pat Surtain on one side. That side is gone. It's over. You can't throw there. And then, maybe this isn't exactly the way Evero does it, but whoever you're worried about on the other side, you're going to put Justin Simmons over the top of them.
Right.
And now it's just like everything else after that comes so easy to you. It's when you put multiple elite players in one group, and I'm saying the secondary as a group, it makes your life so easy, and it makes the other team's life so difficult. I was actually listening to a podcast interview with Luke Fickell recently, and he was talking about Kobe Bryant, not the basketball player, but the corner, who I believe now plays for the Seahawks. And he was just saying, like, we got to be so lazy as defensive coaches last year because we were just like, oh, you don't have to worry about anything on Kobe's side. So just worry about the rest of the defense.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what the Broncos get to do for like the next 10 years at least.
Yep.
So Pat Surtain takes away a whole side of the field. I think there's going to be a couple mismatches between other teams, tight ends and running backs and your linebackers, but that's not a way to. You can't live off of that.
No.
You can convert a couple third downs here and there, but I think this defense, especially with the pressure element that they're going to add in the wave of pass rush that they can roll at you, I think Baron Browning is pretty close to the point where like you're not even thinking like, oh, do we downgrade on this play by putting in Baron Browning? You're just like, roll in Browning.
Yep.
He's ready to go. So Gregory, Chubb, Browning, like if you have that waves going, then you can bring in Nick Bonito on a very obvious passing down. I mean, only the most obvious.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a lot of different weapons. I think Jonas Griffith is also very good going towards the quarterback when you want to use him in that role. But it just comes down to how good Pat Surtain is. He's so good that the rest of your defense is easy. And I think what's going to happen is Pat Surtain is going to funnel a bunch of interceptions to Justin Simmons.
I love it. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Simmons gets double-digit interceptions this year.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's insane, but I love it.
Yeah, I would love it too. And that would really take Justin Simmons to that playmaker level.
That's what I was going to say. I won't be surprised if he's first-team All-Pro.
I love it.
Because then he'll get the picks and people will wake up.
And
as
on
to
a
who
winning team, a good defense.
In the SEC of the NFL.
Yep, exactly.
All right, let's go to the next question.
All right. We have, if you could hang out with one Broncos quarterback, past or present,
Peyton.
Who would it be, and what would you want to do? Maybe some shrooms with Jake?
Oh, my God.
That was a great way to tie everything together.
As fun as that probably would be, I would like to just go golfing with Peyton Manning.
Yeah. If we're talking about substances, a beer with Peyton.
Yeah, and I would like to go to the golf course, Sweetens Cove, which he is a co-owner of.
Oh, there you go.
And then there's also Sweetens Cove whiskey or bourbon that they started making. I think the distillery funds the golf course or something along those lines, and it's like I don't know the full details, but I want to drink Sweeten Cove bourbon with Peyton at his golf course.
That's a pretty good day. It sounds like you've been thinking about this for a while.
I think about who I want to play golf with every day.
You're not wrong with Peyton. I'll settle for Cherry Hills Country Club.
Okay.
With Peyton.
Yep, that works too. One of very few notable golf courses in Colorado that I have not played.
Wow. Just because it's impossible?
It's too, I mean, like, so when I played on, really most of my, like, now I just play City Park because it's right here and it's a great course.
You're one of the people now.
It's also really cheap.
Yep.
For at least how good of a course it is. But when I was in high school on the golf team and then playing in like I think it's called the CJGA, Colorado Junior Golf Association. They just had tournaments everywhere, all the cool courses, and I even got to play Bally Neal, which I think is one of the most exclusive courses in America. I think like they have double-digit members.
Dang.
So like I got to play all those, but there's a certain level of like richness where they're not letting the high school kids onto their course.
Yeah, it's like Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and that's kind of the tier of everyone else.
Exactly. So I haven't played there yet, but if anyone wants to play with me, I will definitely play with you there.
Oh, Peyton, there you go.
There you go, Peyton.
All right, now we have some fun questions here, mainly about missing hosts. We've got Cheddar's here saying, "Is Hank with the baby day?" ?
Oh,
what does that mean?
Because we get old days.
Oh, did
Hank get the baby day?
Oh, I thought he meant Roby Day.
Oh,
from when Roby just didn't come to practice because he was hungover.
Henry did go to a concert last night.
Did?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's taking a Kendrick Day.
Exactly. We can call it a baby day for Henry.
I like it.
All right. Alaska Preston said there should be a new rule that anytime a host is gone, they have to send in a super chat.
Oh, they have to pay to miss a day.
That'll go over great in court. Your paid time off, you got to pay us back with the super chat.
You have to pay for your PTO.
And then Alaska Preston said, quote, It's a big one, wow, end quote. And, quote, I'm excited, end quote. Zach Stevens, 2022.
There you go. Good
Oh,
stuff.
man.
All right, let's move over to the website here. First one comes in from Melbourne Bronco. My boys, you had me laughing yesterday with your Aussie rules confusion. I'll break it down for you. We also had a YouTube commenter break it down for us, so appreciate it. Now we understand how it works, although it is weird. All right, so he goes, the sets of numbers, example 13, 10-88, are goals, 6 points, behinds, 1 point in total combined. And you can get behind the Sydney Swans and the Brisbane Broncos because they're in different sporting codes. Swans, AFL, Aussie rules, and Broncos, NRL, Rugby League, completely different. Cheers. That's good to know because I do have a Brisbane Broncos jersey that was sent to me by an awesome person. Might have been Melbourne Bronco. I'm sorry that I don't remember who sent that.
That is too cool.
So the way it works is it would be like if in the NFL it said 4-2, so like 4-2, and then that meant 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and it was like, and then at the end there would be another number that said 34.
So why not just have the 34?
I don't know. I guess because they just want to tell you how they got there.
Does it matter at the end of the game if one team has more field goals?
It's a good question. Like, is tiebreaker
Right, more touchdowns or something?
Whoever had more. I don't know. But that's at least my interpretation of it. Is it tells you like how they got the points.
Okay.
And then the total points.
Okay. I guess it could be good to know.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
that last one's just all that matters.
Right. If a team wins 15-14, but they won with 5 field goals, that's notable.
It is. Bronco Oiler says, I've really enjoyed this season of Hard Knocks and getting to see the personalities of all the different players and coaches. I'd love to see our guys covered in one, but I also kind of like to maintain the belief that the Broncos are too good for Hard Knocks. That being said, if the 2022 Broncos were the subject of Hard Knocks, who would be the top 3 most entertaining characters?
Nathaniel Hackett.
One.
Far and away number 1. No one even touches him.
I mean, he'd be like Dan Campbell, right?
Yes.
Carrying the show.
But better.
In a very different way.
Yes.
Yes. I think, more fun, which I think means more entertaining.
Well, Dan Campbell is just like, it's funny because he's such a football guy.
Right.
So that's entertaining to just see like the most hardo football guy ever leading a multi-billion-dollar franchise
And shaking his pants out. And
doing. I mean, he did. Did you see he did the 50 up downs?
Yes.
On a bum wrist
Yes.
because he fell getting over his dog gate.
The most football guy.
Oh yeah, just unbelievable football guy. Whereas Nathaniel Hackett is like a natural born entertainer.
Yep. He is. I mean, literally.
Yes.
I mean, he's a dance guy.
Yeah.
He sings.
Yeah, exactly. He's got it all. So he would be the number 1 character by a long shot.
Russ would be followed quite heavily. I don't think he'd give much.
I mean this with all due respect to Russ. They would have to involve him heavily because he's Russell Wilson, and it would probably be the worst part of the show.
Yeah, it'd be corny.
No, it's not even that. It's just I just don't think he's all that interested in like doing stuff. I don't know how to explain it. He's just really serious is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Whereas like Nathaniel Hackett's best thing is like he's self-deprecating and funny and all that stuff. Whereas like Russell Wilson is like all business, which you love for your quarterback. It just wouldn't translate that great to Hard Knocks.
I think Melvin Gordon would be really good as a personality. In fact, today during the press conference, he came up and when we were talking to Nathaniel Hackett and put his arms around me and Brandon Cristal and asked a question. And so I think he'd be one. And then I don't think it would be this year.
Do you and Brandon Cristal combined equal Melvin Gordon's weight?
Probably. Yes, I don't think our biceps combined equal his, though. I think KJ Hamler would typically be a good one, but with just him rehabbing, I think he'd be one where he'd become a household name like next year if he were on the show and he was on the field every day.
I bet Jerry Jeudy would have some good quotes.
He would. He would.
Like when Henry told us about everybody got to pee.
Yeah.
So that's a good question, but it would be the Nathaniel Hackett show.
It absolutely wouldn't. That'd be a good show.
Justin Outen could be funny in there too.
Yeah.
Evero definitely not.
Dwayne Stukes would be very intense.
Yeah, they would definitely have some clips of him screaming at people.
Yeah, definitely. Arvada Luke says, fellas, to briefly revive and hopefully extinguish the preseason panic viewpoint. When we had the quarterback battles, you may or may not remember, it was like a million years ago.
Recall.
The talking point was all about who was getting reps. I don't think that our current quarterback or anyone in their third-plus year of starting is desperately in need of snaps. By sitting starters and getting reps exclusively to the players on the bubble, isn't that exactly how preseason should be used?
Preaching to the choir.
Aside from watching for a breakout player or two, the only things I've been watching is for penalties.
Wow.
With the new coaching staff and a bunch of young players fighting for their professional lives, I think the number of penalties is probably the best indicator of how good this coaching staff will be out of the gate. This coaching staff seems to be doing very well by that metric so far. Do you think the penalties tell us about how the coaching staff is progressing, or is the preseason quite literally useless? Cheers, Arvada Luke.
You answered your own question.
You did.
The preseason is quite literally useless other than just evaluating the performances of bubble guys.
Yep, and Nathaniel Hackett, he obviously said last week preseason sucks. He said that growing up, he also thought preseason sucks.
Another thing we can agree on.
I completely agree. And Arvada Luke has another comment, says, tackling on a couple things, we hear the karmic exhortation.
What
are you doing to me here, Arvada Luke? Touch wood quite a bit. What actual wooden object do you think would be the most cosmically protective for Denver athletes, sports, and the Broncos in particular? A longer shot, but is this relic something DNVR country could somehow source for the new bar studio?
I think the most cosmically protective wooden object would be a barrel used for Breckenridge brews.
Wait, so he's asking like what the best fitting wooden thing would
what's
be.
What's the best wooden thing to touch to protect the Broncos?
So a keg of Breck beer that is wood.
Well, so like they use they put their Christmas ale in like barrels. Like I want a Breck barrel.
I like that. And every time you touch it, you got to sip out of it.
Yes, although actually the answer to this is the things that were made for us.
Yep.
I don't know what to call those. They would be medallions, but that has the word metal right in it.
Yeah, they're bigger too.
Yeah,
round wooden object.
Rounds.
Yeah, and it's awesome. I have it in my studio.
Yep, custom BSN Broncos at the time.
Yep.
But we could even just touch this, made by the same person.
Absolutely.
House Wolf Projects. Yep, that's also made
House
by
Wolf.
the homie
Says
House Wolf.
right after.
So there you go. Anything made by House Wolf is the safest thing to touch.
Yep, absolutely. We love those Housewood. He goes on and says, went to the first tailgate and it was electric. Literally justifies going to a preseason game just to attend the tailgate, in my humble opinion. Cheers, AL.
I'm doing the Michael Scott meme. Thank you.
Yes.
This is what I've been trying to explain to everyone. It's the only reason to go to a preseason game.
It is especially this one coming up. It's going to be awesome too.
Yep, it is. I mean, again, the first one was like a celebration of football being back. This is like a celebration of like we're almost there.
Yep, exactly. This is the last hump.
Yep.
Big Hank Stan says, remember the Tremaine Brock experiment?
And
his
really?
drinking. I was going to say. No.
Remember its existence.
Yes. I remember the name.
Vance Joseph really liked him.
Yes, he did. And is drinking soda through a hot dog acceptable at the bar?
Man, for some reason, soda through a hot dog sounds so much worse than the beer through a hot dog.
I think so too. Yeah, because the beer almost could use a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
Where I don't want any salt anywhere near my soda.
Also, the soda is going to have ice in it, which seems to make it a little more gross.
Oh, man. And then you're sucking up ice hot dog chunks? No.
Gross.
With a little carbonation?
I'll be honest. I always say I'll try anything.
Yes,
I try it.
The hot dog and soda?
Nope.
That
crosses a line for me.
Wow, that's the only line we've ever crossed with you.
I would probably, if it was right here, right now, I would obviously take a sip.
What are you doing it for? Are you doing it for the hot dog to taste like beer or the beer to taste like hot dog?
It's a combination of the two. The problem is, I think to do this properly, like if I was like one of those chefs on TikTok that like takes people's bad ideas and turns them into good ideas, I would drink the beer through the hot dog, and then you got to reheat the hot dog.
You'd have to.
So, like, you throw the hot dog back on the grill. Now it's got that beer in it.
Yep.
Now
I can buy that.
Yeah, I think that could turn out pretty well.
Yeah.
I do not want to do that at DMVR, please. Let's not want it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. We might do it.
The biggest issue with that, though, is it should have been a Rocky dog, like a foot longer. So it would have really taken on the flavor going that far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it'd be a soggy hot dog.
The problem is you get both things moving away from the desired temperature.
Yes.
You're heating up the beer and chilling the hot dog.
And consistency. You have a soggy hot dog and a beer that has like taste.
I don't think the hot dog's maybe it does.
If he wanted to do it right, he should have dipped the bun in the beer.
I know. I was wondering what he did with the bun.
Yeah, in a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
Yep. Last thing I want to say on this is the homies over at PHNX were apparently going to try this out today. And then someone said, I think a brat would be better.
No.
But no. What I was going to say, which I wanted them to do this so they could so it would happen. If you do the insides of the brat are too loose.
Right.
So you're just
my god,
so chunky.
That's what I mean about consistency.
Like the hot dog, at least you can be sure. Like that's just a solid, brick of just gross.
I was hungry, and now I'm no longer hungry.
And it's not even going to be chunky pieces too, because then those pieces are going to crumble, so it is going to be almost like a mush.
Can we please stop saying chunky and mush when it comes to?
You thought the flavor was bad.
Oh, great comment here from Nash Broncos. Says, fellas, happy Wednesdays, especially to you, Numbies. That's all I got. That's your new nickname.
Me?
Yes.
I'm a Numbie?
No, you're Numbies, which is short for numbers because everything you do does numbers. It was born.
Oh my god!
It was born from
multiple times in the comments here.
Oh hell yes! I'm glad it's sticking. It was born from you doing 50,000 views on the TikTok.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
That did 50,000 views, and I'm like, you know what? We're calling Zach Numbies from now on because everything he does Numbies.
We do have a question on how it's spelled. We have Numbiez or Numbeez.
Oh, neither.
So there's a Z in it?
I have Numbies, but that also kind of looks like nummies, like some because you see the word numb in there.
Yeah, when I heard Numbies, the explanation you gave is the best possible thing I could have thought of.
Yeah, that's Zach Numbies Stevens for
I think
everyone.
you need to change your spelling of it. I think the listeners have it better.
With a Z in there?
Yeah.
IEZ or EEZ?
Either. Those are better than the ones you had.
I will workshop the spelling of Numbies.
Yeah. I mean, you come up with DNVR, PHNX, all those. I trust you on this.
I know, and a lot of my nicknames have stuck around here. We've got
true.
Yaya, Murchel,
wow,
Hank. I came up with Hank.
Yeah.
NBZ. What would the DNVR PHNX?
Oh, NMBZ probably.
Yeah, NMBZ.
Oh yeah.
Or NNBS. There you go. All right, that's probably a good place for us to end. Wow, the Rockies lost 16-4 just now.
Oh, jeez. Hey, it was Dollar Hot Dog Day there. So
Oh,
yes.
How many people?
Oh, yeah.
Over under 4.5 people tried the hot dog at the beer thing.
Over. A Wednesday afternoon game, you're having yourself a couple beers, and then you're hungry. So you want to try it.
Wow. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit us with a thumbs up. Keep rolling in on those iTunes reviews. Also, I found out today we're at like 453 Spotify reviews. So we're coming up on 500 of that as well. So let's try and race to 800 and 500 there. Wow, that's loud. Sorry for your ears. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.